In the beginning, NASA had only 7 astronauts. Among them were such heroes as Alan Shepard, Gus Grissom, and John Glenn. Many other astronauts followed in their footsteps. We are all familiar with the next 9, from which Neil Armstrong came from, and the third group of astronauts, which included such familiar faces as Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins. But there were, of course, others. In the mid-1960s, there was pressure from the scientific community that some of their guys should join the astronaut corps. After all, up until this point, most astronauts, although having college degrees, were at heart fighter and test pilots, not scientists. Among these scientist astronauts was Dr. Brian T. O'Leary. Dr. O'Leary worked alongside many Apollo astronauts and served as the deputy leader of the television science team for the Mariner 10 mission to Mercury. Although trained as an astronaut, O'Leary resigned before getting assigned to an actual spaceflight. Many years later, though, Brian O'Leary spoke publicly and expressed a form of doubt or uncertainty with NASA's claims.
In September 1999, it was reported by journalist Graham Birdsall that at the first Pacific UFO conference in Hawaii, the astronaut Brian O'Leary, who worked alongside the likes of Armstrong and Aldrin for many years, commented,
"If some of the film was spoiled, it's remotely possible they may have shot some scenes in a studio environment to avoid embarrassment."
For an insider to consider this faking a possibility is quite remarkable. When that individual worked for NASA in the 1960s and specifically on the Apollo 11 mission during 67 and 68, this really is some statement.
Later, in 2001, O'Leary was featured on a Fox television show dealing with Apollo moon landing conspiracy theories.
Is it really possible that NASA deceived the world? According to a former astronaut, it's entirely possible.
Regarding the Apollo mission, I can't say 100% for sure whether these men walked on the moon.
Brian O'Leary was a NASA astronaut in the 1960s and served as a science advisor during the Apollo moon missions.
It's possible that NASA could have covered it up just in order to cut corners and to be the first to allegedly go to the moon.
In addition to this, shortly after the Fox special aired, NASA removed O'Leary's profile from their list of former astronaut biographies. Why? When we asked about this, Jay Windley stated,
"I can hardly be expected to speak authoritatively on NASA's motives, but since none of the astronauts are listed who quit the program early prior to being assigned any roles, I suspect that is likely why O'Leary's name does not appear."
However, this is not the case. John Anthony Llewellyn was from the same group as O'Leary, and he too resigned before getting assigned to an actual mission. And yet, his profile is still up in NASA's list of former astronauts. Could it be that opinions play a key role in who gets included? On his website, Jay Windley claims to have received a letter from Dr. O'Leary, in which he states that he is only talking about a hypothetical situation and truly believes that Apollo was real. Somehow, I may have given the impression that Apollo may have been hoaxed. It was real. Apollo happened. I knew the astronauts and thought they wouldn't lie, even if there were a conspiracy. These supposed quotations from Dr. O'Leary have provided fodder for readers who follow Jay Windley. Such readers like Shane Killian, who recently quoted Windley's cite word for word. Just to get O'Leary's true stance along these lines, we contacted him over email with a transcript of his appearance on the Fox special. These are his exact words. Hi, I really don't know. Fox TV has a way of distorting contexts. I think they did land, but am not 100% sure. The condition of the world is such that we have more important questions to ask than that one. Signed, Brian O'Leary. This email from Dr. O'Leary is in direct contradiction to what he supposedly told Jay Windley. If O'Leary thought the astronauts wouldn't lie, even if there were a conspiracy, and confidently states that Apollo happened and was real, why would he tell us that he is not 100% sure? When we asked Jay Windley to verify his communication with O'Leary, Windley told us that
you are welcome to contact Dr. O'Leary himself to verify that I indeed corresponded with him.
But when we asked O'Leary, have you been in contact with a Jay Windley, he told us, quote, nope. Propagandists across the web have accused conspiracy theorists of abusing O'Leary's name, and point to Jay Windley's cite as proof. And yet, as just demonstrated, Windley's communication with O'Leary never happened. As I said a long time ago, for a self-proclaimed truth seeker, Jay Windley certainly lies a lot.
It's a bit early in the midnight hour for me to go through all the things that I want to be. I don't believe in everything I see. You know I'm blind, so why do you disagree? Take me away, 'cause I just don't wanna stay. And the lies you make me say are getting deeper every day. These are crazy days, but they make me shine. Time keeps rolling by all around the world. Gotta spread the word. Tell them what you heard. We're gonna make a better day. All around the world, gotta spread the word. Tell them what you heard. You know it's gonna be okay. What you gonna do when the walls come falling down? You never move, you never make a sound. Where you gonna swim with the riches that you found? You're lost at sea, well I hope that you drown. Take me away, 'cause I just don't wanna stay. And the lies you make me say are getting deeper every day. These are crazy days, but they make me shine. Time keeps rolling by all around the world. Gotta spread the word. Tell them what you heard. We're gonna make a better day. All around the world. Gotta spread the word. Tell them what you heard. You know it's gonna be okay. Na na na, na 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 na, na 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 na, na na na, na na na.